great to be back here with you today, Galadon. Yeah, 7 days in a row. A grueling competition in Champions League 2, but Clan War Leagues has not seen a team like this in at least a month. They are undefeated so far, and we're going to see, once again, some of the biggest, best bases and some of the most interesting attacks. How many 3-stars are we going to be able to pull down today, Galadon?
I would not be surprised if we saw half a dozen today. I mean, I could see 6 3-stars today, but we're seeing new bases and new attack compositions every single day. You know what else we saw? The Chinese players saw their first look at Polish cuisine. Let's take a quick look at that video.
上面有一层甜甜的，应该是奶油吧？这个是甜品，是我们的王校长的童话。
这个应该和我平时吃的就是那种甜甜圈差不多的感觉，还不错。
这个早餐是不错的，好吃好吃，真的。
那我吃不出来，如果这样子，我蛮喜欢这两个。
有一点甜，中间会不会有点奶油就对了。可惜没有，挺不错。
I don't know, some of that stuff definitely looked like a first time for them, huh?
Yeah, they haven't had much Polish cuisine before, and I don't know, I've been enjoying it a bit here myself. We actually got to go to a pizza place recently, not really Polish food, but I gotta say, the truffle and salami pizza has been my favorite from the trip so far. How about you?
You know, it's tough. I mean, there's been a lot of amazing food. We actually went to a sushi restaurant this week. You guys know, yeah, I'm a big fan of sushi, so I love the sushi, I really did. But you know what else players might like out there watching? 2,000 gems. Oh, 2,000 gems.
Gems, how do we get them?
Well, they're in the running if you know the answer to today's question.
Okay.
All right, you got to retweet it and have a shot at this. So the question is, during the holiday loading screen, what are the walls made of? I never thought about this. This caught me off guard. It really did.
Well, you gotta update your Clash of Clans app if you want a chance to see what those new walls are made out of. And the 4 choices that you have are goblins, snow, candy, or stone. What's the best thing to make walls out of, especially during Christmas time?
Well, I mean, stone seems like the obvious answer, but we'll let everybody at home figure that one out and retweet for a chance at 2,000 gems.
Just one winner. Good luck to you. Get that retweet out and see if you get a chance to win 2,000 gems. Don't spend them all in one place. That's a lot of money.
No. But speaking of spending all their attacks in one place, Mao getting ready to spend all of their attacks here in the last hour of Clan War. Remember, these are 24-hour wars, but they've saved all of their attacks for us. We get to watch all 15 attacks here on day 7, and we've got an attack order. You know, we've seen Silvia kind of lead things off the entire week. They're switching things up. You can see Silvia there. She is ready to go, but she's going to give somebody else a chance. It looks like it's EYI is going to be our first attacker today. What do you think? New strategy, Woody.
Yeah, we definitely could see something new, although we've seen a lot of great aerial attacks from Mao in the past few days. Mao is a Chinese clan that has won both of their first seasons of Clan War Leagues, and they're on track to win once again here in the 3rd season. They are undefeated so far this war, and yeah, I gotta agree with you. We're gonna see probably at least half a dozen 3-star attacks. I'm even willing to say they'll get 37 stars today.
Wow, that is big. And you know what? Looking at this base, these guys, speaking of food, they're licking their chops right now because this is not your typical anti-3-star war base. This looks more like a trophy base, and a lot of expert war players feel like these bases don't stand up well to the new meta.
Interesting, okay. Well, we're not going to see any of those new bat spells that we were talking about, but it is going to be that aerial attack using a Lava Hound balloon composition, a very reliable setup, and he's very comfortable with it. He says he loves playing everything except for the miners.
Well, no miners in this range, you're right. Check out that Earthquake spell. So I would anticipate what we're likely going to see is the Earthquake on the Town Hall, because remember, it does not become a weapon. It does not let that Giga Tesla come out until 50% damage, unless it's damaged first. Balloons, of course, would not target it otherwise, so watch for the Earthquake as the balloons move in towards the core.
Those heroes are going to be going around a little swoop of the base as we finally get the main thrust of the attack now. A Lava Hound to pop on each of these air defenses and let these pups soak a bit more damage as the balloons are going to be doing most of the damage going in the back end. Remember, this is not going to be like a regular trophy-based attack. We had a lot of time to plan and strategize for this hit, And with haste spells coming in now, the balloons are going to be getting most of the area defenses down. I just worry that
they come from the town hall.
Yeah, the
You're right. Where are they going to go? Are they going to go to the town hall? Oh man, most of them split off to the left. You saw the earthquake. Here they come, but that's not enough. Come on. That's going to be.
Come on, drop the bomb!
He's getting balloons. Go! Ah, the last balloon. Wow. The last balloon gets the town hall down. Unbelievable. Could not have been made any closer than that. And you watch them go down one after the other after the other. Holy cow.
Sighs of relief and some cheers and applause from the players in the studio here today. I think that we were imagining this could have been a 3-star, but yeah, I think those air defenses just being a bit too spread out for the balloons to be able to handle, not getting quite as much value as we might have hoped out of those heroes. It was kind of lucky just to pull off the 2-star there, Kelly.
It really was, Woody. I mean, who knows? We could see a re-emergence of ring-style bases like this because of the new meta. That was unbelievable right there. That was definitely the last balloon, and it was the crash damage from the balloon that got it.
By the skin of his teeth. If he had had one fewer pup or one fewer little balloon floating over that town hall, that could have been disaster. Nevertheless, Maldo is going to be able to pull it off this time. And you got to remember, guys, Clan War leagues are not like your typical Clan War. In a lot of Clan Wars, you get 2 attacks, you get a chance to scout the base, figure out where the traps are, plan your perfect attack. In Clan War leagues, you only get 1 attack each time. That means you have to have a plan B to go for those 2 stars if your plan A doesn't wind up working out.
That was so close, absolutely. And it's so true because, you know, one of the worst things you can do in a war like this is leave a base with 0 or 1 stars. Great save at the last second, and now we've got XG up, second attacker of the day. And it looks like he warms up at the home village war attack by playing a builder base match.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's something else to take your mind off the stress of planning one of the 3-star hits for one of the best clans in the world. But XG only hadn't yet seen this so far this war. Remember, you can bring a big old roster, but you can only actually take 15 players for each day of the Clan War League. So it's good to give everyone else a bit of a chance to show off their skills. And hey, if someone's not performing, if they're not up to the task, you got to kick them out of the roster
quickly. And we've seen that happen. I've seen that happen in many clans where, you know, you've got to get that attack completed, and it's so much more critical than, say, a player who might miss a war attack. If you miss a Clan War League attack, at least in my clan, it is quote-unquote unforgivable. All right, so interesting use of the Stone Slammer there as a kind of a funneling unit there, right in the beginning, even before the Queen Walk started.
That's right, we are going to see a big old ground force marching in, though. Not the Lava Hounds this time. Instead, it's the boulders to get most of the damage here, splashing into these skeletons as the first Inferno Tower, and actually the second Inferno Tower crashes down. Now we're going straight to the middle of the base, though, and that is a beautiful jump spell. These boulders right on the target. Eagle Artillery goes down, and I'm mostly just worried about that last remaining Inferno Tower. What are you thinking, Galadon?
Yeah, multi-target burning away was a great free spell. Caught both the Eagle and the attack, the Queen. Now everybody seems to have moved apart, and most of the attack is down here at the very bottom of the screen now. Woody, nowhere near that Inferno Tower or the Town Hall.
You do want to get a little bit of spread on these troops so that they aren't all targeting the same building, but unfortunately this time it seems that we just didn't get the troops to target onto the right defenses. That multi-targeting Inferno in the back there just burning up the front of this attack, and it looks like that's going to make it very difficult to grab even the second star. That Town Hall's still very well protected at the top.
Yeah, and unfortunately the healers peeled off, most of them peeled off from the Archer Queen, and she looks like she might eventually head. No, she's not even going to take a look at that Town Hall. She's out of here.
It's back to the drawing board for XG, unfortunately. This Grand Warden at the bottom might pop down a few more percentage, but he is nowhere near that Town Hall, which is still very well defended. Bit of an upset here for Maldo. Not able to take some pace against Mafia Rantau, which is now leading.
Good point, Woody. Mafia Rantau, first 2 attacks, 4 stars. We're looking at 2 attacks and just 3 stars here.
Maldo definitely has the chops to turn this thing back around, though, and of course you can adapt on the fly. If you start to realize that you're falling a little bit behind in stars, you can go for a bit more safe attack strategies, ensuring that you get the 2 stars without trying to force the 3. I think that my hope of 37 stars is kind of starting to fall away pretty quickly here.
Well, we're not off to the best start, that is for sure. With a 1-star attack, that is what we try to avoid. But again, Woody, you bring up a good point, and that is, does the clan now slightly adjust their strategies? Do they maybe pull back from these aggressive 3-star strategies and try to grab more safer 2 stars, knowing that that is likely going to be enough That's been enough pretty much all week for them because their bases are so strong.
Well, something that they are definitely thinking about here is the overall war standings, and that's something that they're actually so far ahead in from their 6 wins earlier in the week that they can actually afford to make a few mistakes here in this individual war. You never really want to take a loss if you can, avoid it, obviously, but something that they may be considering is that, hey, let's try for some more risky strategies. Let's go for those 3 stars. We aren't sure if it's going to be able to work out or not, but why not get a little bit more practice next time, which we expect Champions League 1 to be more difficult.
Most definitely, and of course, you know that all those clan members are hoping for those league medals. So extra league medals from the victory and from the individual victories for the players. And now we've got Baron moving in, and it looks like he's going to go straight after this town hall, not messing around here, Woody.
That is right, Galadon. And yeah, those Clan War League medals are fantastic. You can buy in the shop certain decorations that can only be obtained through winning in Clan War Leagues. And also you can get hammers to instantly upgrade anything in your base. Definitely a big incentive to get as many stars as possible here. But yeah, just like you said, going straight for that Town Hall right off the bat and a jump spell to keep these troops on target.
No doubt. And the Ice Golems, check out the Ice Golems moving in towards the core. When they go down, it looks, yep, they should freeze the Eagle Artillery. No, the Eagle is down. Ice Golems are still up. Now look at that move, man. They're already on that right Inferno Tower.
We have got a ton of ground troops cutting a big old chunk out of the space right there in the center, and that is going to provide some fantastic funneling for these Hog Riders over on the left side of the screen. Now we're going to zoom out just a bit so you can see the entirety of this attack. Fantastic heal spell, able to keep these Hogs nice and healthy as they start to encounter this multi-target Inferno.
Yep, look at every single Hog Rider. No Hog left behind right there as they all soak up that massive heal spell. The second one slightly overlapping, but again, it's going to continue the Hogs healing, losing a few to the spring traps, but again, watching for that funneling. Giant Bomb, Woody, they're going to need another hill shortly.
They definitely will, but fortunately, that single target Inferno is not going to cause too much trouble for them. You definitely expect the heal spell to come down very soon, though, as they're starting to take a lot of fire. These skeletons are not going to help them out either.
Exactly. Watch where Baron dropped that. If you notice, he dropped it ahead of many of the Hogs because he knew exactly where they were going to go. If you watch that, you see where the defenses are. You can sometimes place a heal spell in front of, rather than directly on the troops. They soak up the heal that much longer.
Just a bit unlucky with those ground targeting skeleton traps starting to whittle away at some of the final Hog Riders in that raid. Something that I definitely would have liked to have seen next time maybe would be using that Grand Warden right on that big pack of Hog Riders. He is very effective in keeping those large clumps of units alive a bit longer. Maybe he got value out of the Grand Warden during the initial stage of that attack going into the center of the base, but yeah, Grand Warden just loves to be part of the main party.
Exactly, and it's a tough call. Sometimes it's hard to get the Grand Warden to follow where you want him. You're right though, Woody, I think he probably would have followed those Hogs around the outside. That, again, is a judgment call of whether or not you think he's going to provide more value in that core, or he's going to provide more value in the Hog Riders that they stayed around the outside of the base. They were working their way counterclockwise. I mean, we've got 80% of this base down, so it was a close call for Baron, but not quite there.
And it seemed like the defender knew exactly what was coming after him. These giant bombs leaving huge craters over on the left side of the map, exactly where those Hog Riders started out. Not what you want to see at all as a Hog attacker. Wizards getting a few more percentage along the outside of the base, just in case this war does wind up being a tie, up to 83% total.
Yeah, so 83% for Baron, 5 stars in 3 attacks for Mao Do. Definitely not as aggressive a start as we saw the last few days, but check out this aggressive move after that Town Hall. No doubt, after that last attack, Baron was like, there's no way I'm not getting this Town Hall down.
Certainly not, and you got to expect them to want those 2-star hits at the very minimum. Mafia Rantau is able to put up another 2-star hit, and so that will keep them in the lead, 6 stars to 5 stars right now.
Exciting to watch. We knew earlier in the week that Mafia Rantau was going to be one of the toughest clans that they faced. And so far, things have been a little bit of a surprise, but again, exciting to watch Mao Do and what adjustments they might make. I also heard we might be seeing some slightly new attack strategies today.
Interesting. Well, not this time. Talon is just going to bring those regular old Hog Riders again. He does love to play Lava Loon, so I'm kind of curious what about this base made him want to run Hog Riders, especially because there's 3 multi-target Infernos here, and a really centered Eagle Artillery and an Archer Queen. This is going to be a tough one.
Good point, Woody, and there's not a Queen Walk to this one, no healers, so we've got a Wall Wrecker that's going to move in at some point, and you can see with just 1 jump spell, going to try to open up the core to either the kill squad or the heroes. Again, you can see the Archer Queen and the Eagle Artillery, critical structures and heroes to get out of the way to help those Hogs get further.
Friendly baby dragon knocks out the baby dragon in the enemy CC, but will go down to that air defense. We've got a nice and early Grand Warden in the bottom down here, so you can't expect the main force of that attack to be starting soon. Here it is. It's the Wall Wrecker, another one of our new siege machines introduced with the Town Hall 12 update this past summer, and it's going to get all 3 heroes to help it out.
Yeah, everybody's moving in together with that Wall Wrecker, heading right for the Town Hall enclosure. Barbarian King, he looks confused. Now he knows he's got to go try to defend that Town Hall. But in come the bowlers. He calls for assistance with that Lava Hound. He swoops right in, and now the Archer Queen is going to shortly go to work on the Lava Hound. Big range spell. That should spell the end of the Town Hall.
Wall Wrecker, unfortunately, not getting a whole lot of value. It pops right as it reaches that Town Hall. That Town Hall will be going down, but I'm kind of concerned that this early hit with the heroes is not going to be enough. I'm going to zoom out just a bit because we want to keep an eye out where these Hog Riders are going to get deployed. You hear that P.E.K.K.A. finished off, and the center of the base is still looking quite strong, Gally.
Yeah, check out the 6 enclosure jump spellers. That's 7. That 1, 2, 3. I think that's 7 different enclosures. That may be some sort of record right there. 7 different enclosures where there were defenses that jump spell. And there's your Hogs, Woody, at about 9 o'clock, moving in after that Inferno Tower.
Did manage to take down the Eagle Artillery, but missed the Archer Queen, and that is going to be very difficult to pull off the 3-star now that these Hog Riders are taking fire from her. She deals a ton of damage. The only thing I gotta say for Talon is that he did manage to get that Inferno Tower over on the right side of the base, but that is just not going to be enough. The Queen is finally going to start to take some fire from the enemy, but Hogs are taking a bit too much damage.
Now the attacking Archer Queen comes in to help out. Finally she gets there, but not before. The Hogs kind of ended up right in that spot that just all of those defenses, and you're right, Woody, the Archer Queen on defense, there's no way the Hogs are getting any further. And we're stuck in the 50s right here.
Mafia Rantau defenses are holding up, but fortunately for Mount Doe, their defenses managed to hold up this time. Mafia Rantau's 4th attack was just a 1-star hit, so that'll keep us on relative parity here. Mount Doe is now going to be tied up 7 stars to 7 stars on 4 attacks.
Well, I like to see this. Yeah, it's a very close one, and again, Talon going for every possible structure right here because, I mean, we're tied now. You never know. We could be tied at the end, and it's going to come down to percentage amount of destruction done to the other bases.
Wizard and a little Archer down here in the corner getting a few shots off, but I think that this Tesla is looming large.
He has no idea what he's about to face. Oh, ow! Oh, no! Oh, time runs out. Hey, Wizard's okay. Time ran out. So he's like, hey, it stopped. We're good.
And the defenses stop firing as soon as time runs out. They have a good gentleman's agreement. After 3 minutes, they're like, all right, that's it.
Is that what it is?
No more casualties. Yeah.
Like, we're done. We're done. Shut everything down. There's like one of the villagers who ran back into the clan castle. No, she runs into the town hall. She's got this big giant switch. She shuts everything down. Tesla stop. Archers go to sleep. It could happen.
Even if they're shooting at the last building and an arrow is flying through the sky,
hey,
if 3 minutes hits,
overtime.
Those arrows
They
stop.
are not paid overtime. Those wizards, their fireballs are done the moment the clock hits 5 o'clock. Or 0 seconds. Not necessarily the same.
I mean, they can do some pretty magical stuff,
Yeah,
but
you're
they
right.
can't pass that
Eu
3-minute mark.
imagino. Pô, cadê aquela conversa lá
recently that
minha
the wizard
com
lost his
você?
robe. It got transported to a magical
Você
arena
tinha
called Brawl
feito
Stars,
lá.
where Barley now looks
Eu
like
consegui,
Barley's wearing it. You check that
eu
out.
tinha
If you
falado
connect your Supercell ID in Brawl Stars, you get that
que ia
brand new
comprar
skin.
mais X coisa lá, só não lembro o que.
All right, so MH
Tem aí,
trying not to
print.
miss out right
Você
here
falou, ó,
because it
comprei
looks
tal
like
coisa,
Mafia
então,
Rantau
daí eu
has put
falei
up
assim,
another
então
2
vou
stars,
comprar
so
isso.
MH needs a 2 just
Não
to
sei o
keep
que, não sei o que, não sei o que.
Maldo even, and again we've got the Queen Walk,
que eu perdi,
one of my
não tô
favorites,
achando.
Queen Walk with the jump spell, so watch for the funneling, try to get that Archer Queen deep into this base after those key defenses beyond the Town Hall.
This is going to be another ground force attack from MH. He loves playing bowler and witch combos with big old P.E.K.K.A.s right out in front to soak most of the damage. If you don't have more than one Barbarian King, and no one really does, P.E.K.K.A. can serve as a pretty good alternative here. Often see jump spells right in the center of the base, and that is another great one right there, keeping these bowlers headed towards the Barbarian King and finishing off the Eagle Artillery now.
Yep, that was a great jump spell, Woody. You can see how deeply all of the units have gone. They've gotten into the key enclosure where the Eagle Artillery was. The Archer Queen also can reach out and grab a few other defenses. And it looks like on the top left of the base, there's still a P.E.K.K.A. trying to help tank for those boulders.
Finally gets finished off. I think there might be one more in the center of the base now, but yeah, that single target Inferno is burning up our poor Barbarian King out on the right side of the map. This is going to be a tricky call for MH to be able to finish off. Looks like at 60% now, there's still a lot of defenses spread out in this base. Hopefully this Archer Queen can pop down this Inferno Tower without having to use her ability. Yep, she will survive that.
Still has her ability, and there's one Inferno Tower left, way over on the left-hand side. She should get there. Is it a question of damage or the time right now, Woody?
With 1 minute left and no offensive troops helping out that queen out the right side, I think that it's going to be a time fail, unfortunately. She's going to be able to take down a lot of buildings up the right side and get a great percentage, but once she gets stuck on a wall, that's going to be at least another 5-10 seconds before she can move on. And yeah, with still lots of defenses in the bottom left side of the base, it's just going to be the time.
It's actually a misnomer, Woody. You know, a lot of players say, oh, the Archer Queen's favorite target is walls. That's the opposite. The Archer Queen hates walls. She despises walls. She had some sort of trauma earlier in her queen life where she was traumatized by walls, and she insists on shooting every possible wall she can find. There goes another one, and unfortunately, well, no walls really left for her. She's going to get these defenses down. About 20 seconds left.
And they just added insult to injury. You know, they added a new siege machine to the game, the wall wrecker. She said, oh yeah? You think that's a wall wrecker? I'll show you a wall wrecker.
I'll show you who's a wall wrecker. Pop, pop, pop. The queen, the original wall wrecker.
Yeah.
So final 10 seconds, and again, over 90% damage, so close, and her ability is gone. So I don't think she would have survived a one-on-one versus that Inferno Tower. But a great attack nonetheless. MH 92%, putting up the timeout with Mafia Rental.
Tie game so far today, but we've only used about a third of our attacks. We're going to see Jason following up next, but take a quick look at the replay of this last performance, the early stage of this hit. Unfortunately, encountering a big old dragon right in that tank castle.
Yep, and again, if you watch those jump spells, talk about players' knowledge of jump spells. That could span 6 different enclosures, and that is something that just only comes with practice. You can obviously just deploy jump spell after jump spell. You know how many tiles it's going to be. Working with clanmates as well can make a big difference in a case like that.
All right, next up we are going to have Jason. He loves playing lava loon attacks, and that is what he's going to be doing right now. Wipes off the screen before each hit just to make sure a little bit of grease doesn't cause his finger to slip, and we'll be moving in with heroes over in that left side corner. Once again, going for that town hall nice and early to ensure the 2-star minimum.
And Jason ran into the Tesla farm out there with his Barb King right away. Interesting note, Jason has more 3-stars than anybody on Mount Doe this season.
Wow.
He's crippled 4 times. So if there is any likelihood of a 3-star for this war so far, it could come here on this 6th attack.
I'm holding out hope. There are 2 air defenses really close to the outside walls here that the Archer Queen might be able to grab. Not entirely sure if her pathing is going to let her go up to that top section. She actually is going to be going for that elixir storage next, but the town hall is down. That's the 1-star galley.
This is going to be interesting to watch where she goes here. She's got the Barb King, she's got that Expo, but she is really close to 2 different air defenses. She's going to get to either one, though. That Expo is going to be the end of her, and now we've got the rest of the air attack starting.
Here come the CC troops, and it's not a good combination for our attacker. The Dragon and Baby Dragon can deal a lot of damage to air attackers, and that's going to draw in some of the support troops that you see out here. That Dragon taking a lot of heavy fire, unfortunately, starting things off a bit dicey here.
Beautiful work by the single Dragon there. Helped take out the defending Archer Queen and the Clan Castle troops. That Dragon is my MVP for this raid so far, and it looks strong at the top of the base. They're getting excited, but that free spell did catch the sweeper, missed the Expos.
We are out of Lava Hounds, though, and it's just up to these balloons now. Fortunately, we only have a single target Inferno, and that could leave the balloons with just enough hit points to make it their final target. That last Wizard Tower needs to go down quick, Gally.
Tons of balloons left. Last damage down. The Tesla's going down. Yeah, they know it. He's kicking back. Jason knows he's brought, are you ready for this? His 5th 3-star. 5 3-stars in 7 days against these nearly maxed out Town Hall 12 bases. That is just absolute, incredible, superlative clash skill.
Got him. The man cannot be stopped. You know, we were joking before the stream that we couldn't let Jason have any more 3-stars. He was really stealing the thunder from everyone else in the clan, but he did not listen to that at all. 3 more stars earned for his clan Mafia, or excuse me, Mount Doe. The enemy's Mafia Rental falling behind once again and only getting another 1-star hit. Now finally Mount Doe is pulling out into the lead.
Yeah, that was a big change in momentum right there. As you said, Mafia Rental only picked up 1 star in that last attack. Jason, man, the confidence that he has and the skill that he has, the ability to break down bases like this, it is amazing to watch somebody like a machine. 5 3-star attacks.
Moving in next, we have got 1G. Also called Leaky, loves to play Lava Loon and Hoggies, as he affectionately calls them. This time, though, it is going to be that big old Lava Loon attack. No bat spell still. What happened to the bats? They were so hot yesterday.
I have confidence we'll see them soon.
Okay.
Hopefully soon. Interesting fact, Woody, I hear you've played some Clash Royale before.
That's true.
Did you know 1G won a over 200-player tournament Clash Royale in Shanghai?
Interesting.
Yes.
Oh, all right. So he's a Clash fanatic just like me, playing both Royale and Clash of Clans. You know, I did start out playing Clash of Clans about 5 years ago, but I did fall in love with Royale just as soon as it came out. Can you believe that game's almost 3 years old? Or no, 2 years old now, right?
I don't know,
16,
but it's going
17.
strong.
No, 18,
Another
3 years old.
Another fantastic Clash game, and right now the only game in town for this Archer Queen is the Town Hall. There she goes. No other defenses are going to touch her right now, so perfect behavior so far. She's definitely working well for 1G. Town Hall's going to go down for the first star. Only question is, where does she go next? Can she get this Inferno Tower and those Teslas out of the way? Sure enough, it looks like it. Oh, sneaky, seeking air mines, 2 of them in behind the Queen right there. That's not good for the healers.
She was willing to target that Town Hall, but it was only while standing on the rubble of walls in the top left section of the base. Nevertheless, this Archer Queen does manage to target that Baby Dragon first, and that is a good start for 1G. She won't be taking too much damage from that Lava Hound, just slowed down a little bit.
Notice where this poison spell is placed. This is one of the more difficult finesse moments of a game, is getting that poison spell placed so that it's going to help take down the lava pups. If you watch, you can see the shadow of the Lava Hound as a reference point to determine where you need to place that poison spell, not where the Lava Hound actually is.
Nice pro tip. Yeah, that jump spell goes down way early, but it fortunately survives for quite a long time, and the Archer Queen, I'll be able to get in the next section of the space. However, that tornado trap causing quite a bit of trouble for her. She was getting burnt up by those double multi-target infernos, and I'm kind of worried that she might not be able to take down the enemy queen now.
No, these have been the unluckiest healers in town. So many of them. 1G wishing maybe he had brought a coconut loon or two, a balloon, to kind of cruise in there and pick up those seeking air mines. Instead, at least 3 of them wiped out the healers, and Expo takes out the last.
We're still going to see a valiant effort here by 1G to try to get that 3rd star secured. We are guaranteed 2 stars, as there's plenty of cleanup troops on the backside of this base to take down those defenses, but that Archer Queen is menacing in the center of the arena, and there's nothing in this setup to target her. This poor Grand Warden doing his best to help out the loons, but they are taking a ton of fire.
Yeah, so many balloons going down to that Archer Queen. You just see that that is a tough one, because although she acts defensively, she's not a defensive structure. Balloons will never go after her, but the Warden did avenge those loons.
We are going to be working on percentage now along the outside of this base. Unfortunately, 1 Expo centered still left here next to protect a few of these storages on the top side. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, it looks like there's not a whole lot to guard these pumps and that Dark Elixir drill, but yeah, just too few troops. Oh, actually, hang on. There was a Tesla out there on that left side guarding those pumps. That's going to be only 68%.
I thought 1G could get 1 more building, but we got stuck at 68%. But again, a solid 2-star. And where are we? I think we're now ahead of stars. Taking a look at the replay. Yes, so Maldo has pulled ahead of Mafia Rantau in stars. And another close call. But again, Woody, these bases are likely bases that we haven't ever seen before.
Replay showing those haste spells drop around top of the balloons. They go pretty slowly, but they deal a ton of damage. That's why they get paired very well with those haste spells to get them on top of their target as quickly as possible. Next up, we're going to be seeing LMF. What's his name stand for again, Gonzo?
Hey, he is one of my personal favorites here from Maldo. And LMF, well, you know, he spent a ton of time designing bases this week. So I think, based upon his performance on defense, I think his LMF stands for leaves many failing.
Leave him in the dust. His name can mean many things, but I think that that could be one of them right now.
Oh, there you
we're
go.
seeing bat spells once again. I love it. Rage spell right on top to get those bats right on target, burning up one of those Inferno towers, taking down Archer towers.
Go, go. Go, go, go. One more.
Keep it up. Air defense is going down.
Look at that next air defense.
We got a Grand Warden and an air pusher.
Oh, look at this giant right here.
Top.
Look at the giant. That giant was absolutely clutch. This giant was placed. It distracted the Wizard Tower. The Wizard Tower was firing on the giant instead of the bats. That is a massive, massive entry right there for those bat spells with no freeze, Woody.
Brilliant start by LMF so far, and he's going to be able to clean up the bottom side of that base brilliantly with that Electro Dragon. Unfortunately, though, when you start off with bats, you often have very little left in your spell factories to continue this raid. We do still see a few haste spells here, 1 rage spell to be used.
Yeah, and a skeleton spell, Woody, a poison spell. I'm surprised we didn't. That wasn't as many bats as we typically see. You know, you see a lot of these guys bring what, like 9 bat spells. Instead, LMF has brought a ton. of other spells.
He's going to be keeping a few of those spells to help out the loons out back. We are going to be still seeing an Archer Queen in the center and an Eagle Artillery dropping massive firepower on these aerial attackers, but the first stage was pretty good. Can he follow up or get to 3 stars?
Looking good. Stone Slammer, lots of health. One single target Inferno left. That's definitely what you would rather see. And check it, lock it on to the Lava Hound. So that means the Lava Hound about to produce some more pups. Those pups will come out and help clean things up right there. And now the loon's in. Oh, solid Woody.
He killed the queen. Can't she go down? Yes, the pups have done it. There's no defenses left to be able to stop this massive balloon parade. A beautiful spread of lava pups all around the edges of the base. And this is just a cleanup job now. 1:10 left, and LMF has got plenty of time to get 100%.
And absolutely, check out these cleanup troops. Check out all of these lava pups all around the perimeter of this base. That is exactly what you want to see. It doesn't sound like what you want. You want certain troops to be destroyed. You need lava hounds to go down, produce the pups, big cleanup, and again, look at the number of what? Swagging loons? LMF just swagged 3 loons at the top left of this base.
Throw them away. Dump the poison spell. Dump the haste spell. You didn't even need them. 100% and plenty of room to spare for LMF.
He pumped his fist there right at the end. You know what? I'm thinking maybe his name stands for Like My Flare. As he throws his fist up, another Mount Doe
Launch My Fist.
star. Launch My Fist. That's even better. So check it out. Not as many bad spells as we're used to seeing, but so much effectiveness because watch again this Wizard Tower. As there's a giant on the far right-hand side, the Wizard Tower is one of the worst air targeting defenses that bats face, and it never saw the bats come in.
Maldo now crushing their opponents by a 4-star lead. That is quite a bit when you only have 15 attackers. We aren't in the later stages of this game just yet, though. We're going to be moving on to Silvia next. She often opens up the wars for her clan because she's the founder and leader. In fact, her clanmates love her so much they put her and her co-founder's name in front of each of their own names. Let's see if she can live up to the hype.
Absolutely, that's the clan name, Mount Doe, and you see those characters at the beginning of every player's name. Sylvia, it's funny, I was talking to different players from Mount Doe this week. You know, what other games do you play? Do you play Brawl Stars? Or Sylvia says, I only play Clash of Clans. No other game. This is the only game I will play. So that, talk about dedication to a clan, dedication to a game, and possibly an explanation of why she's dropped so many triples this week, Woody.
She once tried to open up another game and her cat little Bow just knocked the phone right out of her hands.
Cat's like, what's that game? And in comes the, looks like one of the ice golems maybe froze that town hall. Oh, we got a couple of free spells as well, so the town hall easily getting taken down for the 1st star. And again, Hog Riders this time, Woody. We'll see if maybe they're more effective than the earlier Hog Rider raids we saw.
Lava Hound from CC pops, and that is going to distract that Archer Queen for a good amount of time. Fortunately, there was a great poison spell placement right down in the center there, and Sylvia's going to keep on trucking into space.
Double freeze. It was a free spell and an ice gold going off, causing a huge spread right there. And you see both of them taking a long time to wear off.
They have Hog Riders in the right side of the base now starting to sweep through. They did soak 1 giant bomb and are starting to lose a few to spring traps, but they're still going strong. Single target Infernos can't do a whole lot of damage to them, and with the placement of these heal spells, they're able to get quite a bit of value, keeping these Hogs healthy against giant bombs, Wizard Towers, all sorts of different targets.
Exactly. That giant bomb went off. They didn't even blink. The heal brought them right back up to full, but are there enough to get through the rest of this base? There's a lot left in the top left.
I don't know. They're taking a lot of damage from these point defenses, and it looks like Sylvia's going to try to hang on to that heal spell. Maybe a bit too long for my taste. We only have a few Hog Riders left, and there's still quite a few defenses over on the left side of the base. I think we just about ran out of firepower a bit too early this time. Nevertheless, a very strong and decisive 2-star hit, and we're going to be getting close to 80, maybe even above 80% toward the end of this raid.
Do you see this miner right here?
Yeah, what's it going to do?
Well, I think that Mao Doe often keeps one last miner like that, and what they do is they'll deploy that with 1 finger. It was designed by LMF. It's called the last miner finger.
Okay.
All right, well, close. 87%. Again, you know, Sylvia, obviously, with her head in her hand, she expected a 3-star, but a great attack nonetheless, and it looks like we will end up north of 90%.
Great effort here by Silvia, just missing out on a few more defenses on the left compartment here. I think maybe that miner had been intended to soak damage from the bomb tower, prevent it from firing on those Hog Riders, but still, that is just going to be another 2-star hit, and almost almost 2/3 of the way through this war. Mao still far ahead now of Mafia Around Town.
Yeah, good to see that they are consistently performing. I mean, you know, not as many 3 stars as maybe any of us had predicted, but another thing is that Mafia Around Town has been preparing for them all week, no doubt. And word has spread in the last 6 days, Woody, about this Chinese clan Mao. I mean, we've had all of these live streams, definitely a lot of popularity gained, and I'm sure that notoriety could lead towards players working even harder to defeat a clan like this. I heard that Mao had brought new war bases for pretty much every player for every day to make sure that nothing was picked apart from the previous war.
Take no chances. We're going to see a quick attack here from Sergio using those bat spells right on top of the town hall. They're going to be going for that air defense first, might even take out one of those air pushers as well. The rage spell giving them a bit more oomph, but I got to say I'm getting a little bit disappointed by the bats with this early hit, only going after a bomb tower next and not really burning up as much as I expected.
It's tough to see if that's really what went to plan or not. Remember, again, we've got another 6 spells in store, so players not bringing the 9 or 10 bat spells that we might see. A lot of other spells, and hey, my favorite troop, hashtag save El Primo. We've got an El Primo for the first time so far today. Can't wait to see what he gets done.
El Primo paired up with Renee's favorite troop, the Baby Dragon. Barbarian King soaking some damage from this Tesla out the top, and
there he is. There's my El Primo. He's on the mortar. He's on the mortar. Get him on. Punch. Where's he going? Where's he? Oh, he saw a hole in the wall. Smart El Primo. He knew.
You can't stop this man. He targets defenses. He's basically like a super giant, except he also does a ton of damage to walls. Unfortunately, though, these skeletons are going to be a bit too much for him to handle.
Yeah, the Barb King's going to get in there, though. Going to clear out that next air defense. And distracted momentarily by the skeletons, here comes the Archer Queen. So no doubt she is intended to go after that town hall. Let's see where she goes after this barracks. She should definitely turn right. Here she comes. Yeah.
Barbarian King does pull that tornado trap and the CC out. That's some pretty good news for our attacker Sergio here right now. He's got to be a little bit worried about this Archer Queen. She will pop down that town hall, but that's still a lot of troops still coming after her. Fire-breathing dragon right on top of her now, looking for some splash damage, but fortunately that poison's got him slowed down just enough.
Rapaziada, eu queria encerrar a live.
Or an air sweeper and the air defense.
Finally, that air defense goes down, Woody. I was looking for the Barb King to get to that earlier. He couldn't get it done. Can she get that sweeper out of the way?
Abraço pra vocês.
All right, great. Oh, no.